Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Danganronpa. Last time, Sakura died. Sadly, that was a stressful time. I mean, let's just start investigating, I guess. This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
That's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well...
Oh, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much?
I mean...
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've all lost their flavor. Oh, no. Hina. Okay, so that wasn't poisoned. I'm assuming she got poisoned. That's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing she drank one of those protein things and it was poisoned. So someone's probably gonna say like, "Oh, maybe the candy was poisoned," but it's like, no, because Hina already had all the boxes and no one could get to them unless Hina did it, which would be the worst thing. There were shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of the bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. This looks like the ones that were on the little thing over here. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. Oh yeah, these were up on the mantle thing or whatever in the same room. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Figure on the floor. Yeah, these ones up here. One's gone. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get all those figures inside the bottles? That's a good question. It's no different from your standard chip in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller and the boat is placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh, yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of it. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Okay. I'm glad we give a name to it. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. I don't. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle, which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? I guess so. The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. But was it the killing blow? There's a blood stain in front of the magazine rack. Oh, I didn't see what that said. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Because she was probably poisoned, threw up, and had a seat down. Magazine shelf blood stain. Okay, now this is the most interesting part, the locker. Huh? The locker's open, and there on the inside, it's a handprint? What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looked quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding in there in the locker. They left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh, it was already open. Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point. It's definitely a secret passageway. It's definitely a secret passage. So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then what does this handprint mean? Look, there's a handprint on the inside. I bet you push on that and it's like a secret something. Some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she likes her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can, it's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff, so she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is? You see what's scattered around the glass? Shards of little blue glass. It must be part of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. What? What? Why does that matter?
So,
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure how I see. I'm not sure I see how. I mean, that's it for the obvious stuff. What do you think, Kyoko?
however,
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly. They would have needed it. They would have needed to if they expected to stand a chance against her.
What the heck?
We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toka, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? Wait, what? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually, she went off on her own. When I saw her again after that, she told me she left a note for each one of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself, and I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened. Hina, it's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Oh, Hina, no. But the fact that she was asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon at the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Okay. What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Miyake says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Jerkwad. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Okay. I guess we check out Sakura herself. We haven't done that yet. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of a blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. It's definitely poison. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? No. Not a chance. Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Poison! Right? That's what they said, like, in the chem lab was poison. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only noticeable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door chair being tampered with or anything like that, so the killer must have created the locked room from the inside, not from the outside.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. So the only thing that's thrown me for a loop right now is the Smash bottle and the protein shake being on top of the glass. So I don't know if that means where could the protein shake been for it to land on top of the glass after I'd broken it? Like on the chair, maybe? But like, why was it on the chair? Why would that matter? I don't know. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Let's go see. Toko's is right here. Let's see if she's here. I press the doorbell. Ding dong. And after a few seconds. Oh my gosh. Huh? Who's there? I skipped through. The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
Ah, Makoto. She didn't look like she was in a good
Hey,
mood.
I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Taka slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. What?
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. She didn't go see her either. Let's see if Shaggy said he went to go see her. Probably not. Press the doorbell. After a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. What? How'd you know about that? Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one who wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura.
You got it all wrong.
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since. Well, while I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry. Looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? Wait, did he do it? Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash.
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. What? Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Let's do the chem lab. So, he had some of the candy wrappers that Hina said she was the only one who had in her room. Why would he have had them? Uh-oh.
What?
Oh. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand. Hate him. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I guess I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered across the floor. I better not leave a footprint. Like someone did, apparently. These are footprints? And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, you mean me. How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long I drawn up a sketch of the room. Okay. So how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. For me.
I see.
So, when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left those footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly
Makoto,
possible.
are they yours? No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. He's got like a... Dude, he's got like a foot fetish or something, Makoto. He just tricked you into like seeing your feet, sniffing them. Unfortunately, I must admit, these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And these prints are a really valuable clue. Should probably protect them, maybe. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at this point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have spilled...
So in other words...
That's right. It can only had been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder. I should probably take a hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone had the footprints in the powder. Based on the position in the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. That's weird. Can we see what's in this left shelf here? Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelf unit Section A. Huh? But wait. Oh, one's a C9. Yeah. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chemical C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? The one on this shelf looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents, put simply. They're used to experiment to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which, I suppose, suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number, so I guess I consider this part of the shelf unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about the shelf. On this shelf is... One look, I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section C. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there is also a bottle labeled with a label from Section C. What was the bottle poison for Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. So my theory is that they got the poison from C and maybe dropped, like, they broke up. I was gonna say maybe while they were pulling it out, one dropped down on the ground. And then they went and did the crime and came back and just put it in A because they didn't know where it went. They didn't pay attention to it. I don't know. That's a large spread for it to just drop on the ground, though. I have no idea. Hey.
Hey,
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's also convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf with the magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time. Okay. Yoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Oh, one's upside down. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back this way on accident?
hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. Oh? This is... On one of the pages, near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in blood, in bold, bloody letters, and it said, Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
however,
But, just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it sure looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Yeah, because it looks like there's a little bit below. Like maybe she was gonna write something else? Or, I don't know. Or maybe someone else's name has Toko in it? Well, I didn't think so, but... what else? The Monokuma bottles, she said? I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new.
hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. A correlation? Oh, there's two missing? Is that it? Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so,
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer! I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree?
hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with a crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine, and that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I don't really know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. Okay. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
so then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So, what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab, so we're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen,
First, let's compare the weight of two of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced.
In other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else can really affect the
so
weight.
then,
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up onto one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collect will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here or
so
there.
then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. More. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
2 of the bottles were broken, I guess? Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The result of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all
Hey.
together, and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Why is it all on me? Why is it always gotta be all on me? Okay. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered about Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't gonna help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you need to actually examine the body? What do you mean by that?
whew,
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko doesn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversively used to. Although, there's still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to
it's
it.
true.
That's totally normal. Then, how can you?
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
More importantly, look here. Oh, okay. Her shoes.
correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. So she had the powder on her shoe. What?
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that is incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem.
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one. Oh, okay. So she didn't write the message in the magazine.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Okay. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Oh, already? 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 Already. You kidding me?
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right?
I don't, actually.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It's already time? But the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Shoot, man. Why did I think it was going to end that quickly? Frick. I mean... Like, they do this to us every time. Apparently we have enough here to convict someone. She didn't write the message in the book, so it was someone trying to frame someone else, I would assume. Maybe that'll come up. I'd be crazy if it was Hero, though. Like, the fact that he had this on him. But also, again, I say this every single time. It's almost like they want you to pick someone, and in the end, it's not going to be them. So, I said, I guess we'll figure out in the class trial, but the fact that she had the yellow powder on her foot. So she came in. She must have dropped it, right? Because that's the only way it can get up onto her foot. Is if it burst out. Like I said, I still feel like this is a secret passageway because of the fact that there's a handprint on the inside as well. I feel like if we would go and press on that, because look, it looks like the dust is like smeared, like from it rubbing. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But what I do know is that we're going to figure this out next time on Danganronpa. Hopefully we're going to figure it out. I mean, I hope so. I mean, I hope. I don't know. I don't know. I'm probably too dumb. I'm too dumb to do this. I don't know what's going on. I don't have any suspects. I don't know what the fake. Okay. Well, yeah. We'll figure this out next time on Danganronpa. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye.